So we're out doing a little hunting today for mushrooms, chanterelles, and not very far off the roads actually, just right there. And made it down to here. We'll start getting these picked, and we'll kind of show you how we do it. Okay, so the first thing is you have a good helper, but just clear the moss, and you use a small pocket knife, and you want to cut them off. Some people pick them. Let's see that, and they seem to come back better if you cut them. So a couple of telltale signs is they're bright orange, and then if you look on the other side, these ribs, or the flutes, or whatever you want to call them, they need to extend into the stem. If they don't, if they end in a cap, those are not chanterelles, they're something else. Don't pick those ones. So anyway, we're going to see if we can find a few more, and then I'm going to kind of walk through a process of how we clean them up, and we can a lot of them, and I'm going to show that too. So anyway, that's what we're off to today. So we're off and rolling, and gotten a few. It's a fun kind of family activity. So we're going to see how many we can come up with. If we get into another big group or something, I'll kind of show you some different places they grow.
And it's all mushy.
So what triggers these is in the fall, or not fall, it's late summer even. The first really good rain, they start coming up. And they kind of will until it gets cold. But you want real dense. I mean, you can hardly see my camera's hardly getting enough light to shoot this in clear picture, but
That's true?
Yep, no, it's good. But anyway, when they're first coming up, they'll be even somewhat all the way kind of underneath the moss and stuff, but when they get all the way up, later in the fall, they'll be standing all the way up out of the ground, and they're easier to find. But there's a little pile there. And once you get a spot where you're finding a few, you know, they're kind of everywhere. It's just wander around until you can find them.
It's a long time for him to come back.
Yeah, he'll be back in a second. He's going to come help us cut these ones.
I didn't know there was many.
Yep, so they're little guys working together.
Daddy, yellow. And then the white mushrooms.
It's a good one. There's one right behind you too, bud.
Okay.
Not after these guys today, but that's a pretty cool looking mushroom too. I have to look that one up. I don't know what that one is, but really cool. It's hard. Looks like a loaf of bread or big biscuits or something, but
yeah.
Anyway, cool.
A loaf of bread and stuff.
Okay, here's one more kind. This is a lobster mushroom. This one's a little bit rotten. Something kind of ate on it, so we won't take that one, but they're pretty good too. You don't can those, we eat those ones fresh, but they can get huge. But anyway, just another one that's out here that's edible. Okay, so first little stop. Didn't go too far, filled up a bucket. We're going to stop at least one more spot and see if they're up there too. So, alright, on to the next one. Okay, couple buckets, not totally full, but not bad for this time of year. So we're gonna go dig some potatoes, get some green beans, cook up some deer steaks, and then we'll show you how we can them. Some little medley of potatoes and some green beans. Kind of doing a all I guess meal from the backyard tonight. So some mushrooms, potatoes, some elk, and some green beans. So we're gonna get some garlic for this too. We'll go down there to the other end and grab that. Okay, so we're back. Got going on for dinner. Got chanterelles, those potatoes we just dug, some green beans, fresh herbs, garlic and onion, and some elk steaks. I'm gonna pound those out and flour them and pan fry them. Not the most gourmet, but I grew up on it and love it. So anyway, let's little dinner from the backyard. So got the steaks all pounded out, little flour mixture. It's got some salt, pepper, garlic, onion, paprika, all real straightforward stuff. Some gorgeous elk steaks. We got the chanterelles sauteed with some olive oil and garlic. Potatoes with the herbs and garlic. and a little bit of oil to fry up the steaks and our green beans. So it's smelling good, and I'm looking forward to it. Got the steaks all floured and frying away. Mushrooms are cooking down. Taters are about done. And get those green beans cooked, and we'll be ready for dinner. So the end product. The steak, some mushrooms on there, taters and green beans, and a little bit of fresh tomato. So, move on to the canning thing after dinner. Okay, so moving on to the canning, a great dinner. I love it when you can eat everything out of your yard. Anyway, so we're just taking these mushrooms, and we're just basically rinsing them off, picking all the pine needles and moss, getting them as clean as we can. Then we're going to slice them up and go from there. Once you've got them all cleaned and chopped, all you're going to do is turn on some heat. 1 cup of water, 8 ounces. And you're going to let them cook down. Probably takes, depending on how big a pot and stuff, about a half hour. The cup of water is universal. It doesn't matter how big your pot or how many mushrooms you're doing, it's 1 cup of water. Once they get cooked down, I'll show you what they look like, and we'll get into some jars. So they're all kind of cooked down, just kind of in their own juice. It's kind of hard to see here, but they're basically the fluid lines right about at the mushrooms. So all that mushrooms cooked down just in that what's left there, and we're gonna get them into some jars. I'll kind of walk you through the recipe on that. So the recipe is super simple. Ascorbic acid, salt. The ascorbic acid is 1/8 of a teaspoon per pint, and it's 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm actually going to do half of that because I'm doing half pints. But put that in the jar first, and then we're going to take some of our mushrooms with no juice and pack the mushrooms down tight on top of them. And then once we have all that, whatever remaining fluids we have left, we will pour over the top, leaving a space for our lid and ring. So moving on to that next. Okay, got the jars all loaded up. And just fill them up with fluid. We'll top them right up all the way to the top, but just even a little bit of airspace, and we'll get the rings and lids on and get them in the pressure cooker. Okay, got them all loaded in there. You're going to go 30 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure, and they'll be ready to go, all finished up. So there they all are. They're all sealing up. If you've ever tried to preserve these by dehydrating or freezing, you probably know it's okay, it works, but this is sure a nice way to do it. They come out really good. They're not mushy. They're firm. You can just add them right into stuff. Good way to do it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.